Well, welcome back to Midday Live. We are joined again. Janine Washle is here, the flavor queen, to show us how to make cake mix cookies.
Yes.
And I love this. You're making cake mix cookies and using an ice cream scoop.
I like a nice big cookie. And this way we get like a little bit of a crispy edge, and the inside of the cookie is so nice and moist. And yeah, it's just that easy. You could certainly use the old tablespoon method where you would scoop it and then just kind of, drop the dough on there. That's perfectly fine. But as you can see, it's going to make a really nice cookie. The oven's already preheated to 350 degrees. We'll pop it in there for about 10 minutes. And by the time you come back, we'll have a plate full of warm cookies.
Okay, what was that trick you just did right there?
Well, I just have a little bit of flour, and I dipped the scoop into the flour, and that way it ensures that none of the mix sticks in there, and I don't have to get my finger messy getting that
great.
out.
Yes, I've never seen that before.
Yes,
and I like how these cookies are so uniform, and this is the way to do it.
That is exactly the way to do it. And what I love also is that it only makes 2 dozen cookies. So it's not one of these 5 and 6 dozen cookies where you're sitting there going, what? Who am I going to give them to? What am I doing? So a nice even 24 cookies, and you can either put some in the freezer for yourself or give them away at a cookie exchange, and just know that everyone's going to be delighted with this big cookie.
Now, a few minutes ago, we mixed it all together. It was really easy, just a few ingredients. Tell us, once again, in case someone wasn't watching, what ingredients did you use to get this?
1 cake mix, a half a cup of oil, let's see, half a cup of oil, 1 cup of a mix-in, so it can be crushed pretzels or some nuts, just whatever you like, and 2 eggs, 2 large eggs, and a little bit of flavoring, whatever flavoring you would like. And since I've put pecans in there, I thought let's amp up the butter flavor, so I used a little bit of butter flavoring.
This is going to smell amazing
once
it starts cooking. And we're going to get it in the oven, right? Because at the end of the show, these will be finished. It does not take long to cook these up.
So if you're wondering what's happening at the cafe, we've got the Christmas dinners to go, kind of like the whole Thanksgiving.
Yes, like you did for Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Okay.
And we've added roast beef and ham to the list of meats that you can choose.
Ready for Christmas.
Yes. And ham's so popular, and we thought, let's get on that. We also have cornbread salad, a bunch of different desserts. We've got carrot cake, this delicious chocolate cake with a chocolate whipped frosting. That's going to be offered, and it's $22.50, but you have more things to choose from, more options to have. And we're asking that anyone that likes that to please come to Kay's and pick it up.
Okay,
so that's a little bit of a change there. A lot of the servers are going out of town, and I couldn't find anybody to make the Bowling Green and Louisville run, but we're only 45 minutes away, so it won't be any hassle. 102 West Main Street in Clarkson, Kentucky.
Yeah, and your Thanksgiving dinner was amazing. So, I mean, if Christmas is anything like it, y'all will love it too. Yes, for sure.
Thank you so much.
So how do we order?
Just call 270-242-9904, and we will be so happy to take your order and make sure that you get the choices. They'll read off the choices to you, and you just tell us what you want, and you've got it.
Okay, now back to these cookies here. We made some butter pecan cookies. Now, what have you made over here?
Okay, this is with a red velvet cake mix, and the red velvet white chocolate chip cookies. And then these are so delicious. It's a chocolate crinkle cookie, so it's really soft. And before you put it in the oven, you roll it in powdered sugar, and so you get that little variation of the dark and the light coloring on it. You can use any flavor, but a chocolate crinkle is so popular.
So how did you scoop? How are I see the difference, but how did you make them to get the difference?
Okay, now in the there's a variation that I'm going to share with everyone this afternoon when I post the recipes out on the Flavor Queen Facebook page. In the red velvet cookies, there is a half a cup of sour cream, and then you scoop it, and it makes it kind of stiff, and you can just take a cup measure or a glass and just press down on the cookie dough, and you make that. And these, it's a smaller scoop. It's about half this size.
Gotcha.
And you just keep the balls like that, and then as it bakes, it crackles. Yeah, it's really cool.
You just know it all, don't you?
I love to bake.
Yeah, and I learned so much from you. Well, all right, we're going to let these cook, and we're going to be back in a few minutes to try these cookies. I can't wait. Back with more Midday Live in just a second.